Okay, in part one of our series, we're going to go and talk about the weekly schedule here at NCC. You might have had some questions about this already. You might have seen a schedule from your son or daughter, but we'd like to take a second and talk to you a little bit about what the schedule is and where specifically things look different in our schedule. The first thing that looks different on our NCC schedule comes on Mondays. Every Monday morning, our student body meets in our chapel for a time of worship and prayer where they hear about the character of Jesus. And this year, where our topic is stories of faith, they will be hearing stories from Scripture of people who were searching after God and people that were able to find God in different ways. It's really important for us that we start our weeks in prayer and with praise. We want to set our week apart. We want to give God the praise and the honor He deserves, and so we start our week in chapel. This takes it's about a 30-minute chapel program in the mornings. This takes half of period one, where the students would start in period one for the first part and then move to the chapel and then go to their period two class when chapel is finished. This means that period one is 40 minutes shorter every Monday. On Wednesdays, we have advisory. Like chapel, it takes 40 minutes out of period two in this case. It goes from 10:40 to 11:15. This is for everyone in grade 9 to grade 12. There's one advisory teacher for every 10 to 15 students, and attendance is mandatory. These are groups that don't change from grade 9 to 12. And so our grade 9s that are coming in have been placed in their own advisory groups where they are with peers, where they are with other grade 9s, and one teacher who is going to be able to see them across all their years at NCC. Rachel, why don't you take us through the areas of focus?
Sure. So as Tim has already mentioned, our hope for our grade 9s is that they spend a lot of time in grade 9 getting accustomed to high school and learning the essential skills that are going to be necessary for their success in all classes throughout their high school career. And advisory gives us a special opportunity to really hone in on some of those skills that we can't address every day, all day in the classroom that we're touching on. And we want to do that in a more directed way and intentional way during advisory. So a lot of the curriculum that we've developed for advisory, the activities, the group work, the topics, the videos that happen in advisory during that 40-minute time focus on one of the following three areas. So some of the work that we do in advisory is guidance and student services related. That might be choosing classes for next year, thinking about post-secondary, thinking about career planning. We do a lot of that with the students with their advisor mentor. The second area that we do is a lot of focus on academic study skills and mental wellness. So the kinds of behaviors, practices, and strategies that are going to give our students the best chance of success to understand who they are, how they learn, the challenges they face, the strengths they have, and how to just be really fantastic learners in our learning community. And the final area that we like to address during advisory is our spiritual and character development. So we talk a lot about the things we're learning in chapel and at the city. A lot of times we're hearing from external voices that are able to help us understand who we are as people of God's story and what the scriptures teach us about God and about ourselves. So we get really excited about that opportunity to tie in what we're learning in other areas of programming with our advisory.
So chapel takes place on Mondays, advisory takes place on Wednesdays, and clubs period takes place on Fridays. Now this is the first half of period 5, and this is an opportunity for students to join a club that they might get interested in, something that they might be passionate about, where they can share that passion, that interest with other students on campus, students they might not normally see. At the beginning of the semester, your son or daughter has already signed up for a club. And they should be going to this every Friday. You should ask them about it, see what's going on in clubs period. So chapel, advisory, and clubs time is a way that we want to take care of our students here at NCC, mentally, socially, academically, spiritually. We want to take care of the entire student, that holistic student. And we really think that these three things that are in our weekly schedule really help us accomplish that.